Hello everybody, welcome to this playthrough for Expert Division in the Holiday Hills tournament. The video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. And before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Visit golfclashtommy.com for more Golf Clash related content. You can also get the December special if you sign up on patreon.com/golfclashtommy, link in the description down below. And in this playthrough you will see my shots and my shots only, and I do believe we're going to have some great content to look forward to. So I hope you're gonna enjoy it. Make sure that you take a look at the right side of the game screen. Whenever we go to a new hole, you're gonna see different information in that box, and that is to give you some help with the elevation for the drive, for the second shot, then what type of ball I would suggest us to use, and also what club that I think is gonna be key clubs, because sometimes it goes kind of quick and then it would be easy for you to either go back and check, or just to, when you're watching, just to look at that box and write it down. It's gonna be easier for you to follow. In the end, I'm not gonna stop talking. I'm gonna talk. Yeah, let's go. Hole number one. For hole number one, we are going to use an elevation adjustment of 15% extra. And the thing that we're looking for is that we're looking for the funnel here. And the thing is, the funnel is going to be found by using the white ring by the sand there to the right. And you can see the ball guideline. If you wiggle back and forth, you're gonna notice that the ball guideline is not going to move from its position. Now it's all about finding the correct spin. And in this video, we're not finding the correct spin, and we're going to play this one and go short. One thing that we do go short is because we fall down into the bunker. One other thing is that we do adjust further up, which means that we go down to a lower position. 2 bars side spin to the left, and I want you to play with 2.5 bars top spin. You can see that we do have the line. It's all about that we do come in short. Kingmaker is the ball, reduce the wind, and the sniper is going to be the club. For hole number 2, we are going to play with a crosswind left to right, and we're going to play this one with a 10% over adjustment using a driver that gives us the most distance. Here I'm playing with an extra mile level 9, but you don't have to focus on the level of the club. You can play with a lower level extra mile, you can play with a Thor's Hammer, you can play with Apocalypse. The only thing that I would like you to have is at least half a ball of curl on your adjustment. So if you have a low level Thor's Hammer, that might not be the club for you to use, as it does not have that good curl. Adjust maximum distance plus 10. We're using, in this case, 1 ball of curl with a little bit of overpower. And in the end, we're using max side spin to the left, no top spin, no back spin. And the only plan is to get this ball as close to the rough here on top. You see that I do suggest a Kingmaker, but in the end, you can play with a power 4 ball if you do have some to spare. Like a dead ball, elite ball, the open ball, some ball like that. Then you will stay away from using overpower with your drive, but you will also be able to use the sniper for your second shot. Now, as we do play with a power 3 ball, I would prefer to play with the big dog or with the Cataclysm, so you do get enough distance with your club. But once again, if you play with a power 4 ball, then you can play with the sniper in a much better way. And I think that's going to be the key thing here, to find a way that you can play with the sniper, as then the possibility of getting this one in for an albatross is going to be much, much better. Now, no elevation for the second shot. When we do play hole number 3, we're going to make it very, very simple for us. We are not going to take the risk of bouncing on the fairway into the rough and roll out and potentially get a glitch where we do die short in the rough or roll over the complete green into the rough or the sand on the back. So we're going to use the quarterback level 9 plus. Level 8 will also be okay. If you do not have a quarterback like that, then go to another driver like Apocalypse level 6 or maybe a Thor's Hammer in some sort. And we're gonna play on the left hand side using approximately 1.5 ball of curl outside the adjustment ring to the right. max backspin, which is 6.5 bars, combined with as much side spin to the right possible. And you're gonna see that this ball is gonna come in very nice and simple on the green, and we're gonna put it in for an eagle. That route is also going to give you a possibility of making an hole in one, but obviously you're gonna have to be a bit lucky to do so. 10% over adjustment, and the way that you do adjust is that you stretch out your target to max, then you adjust max plus 10 from there. And if you do not understand what I'm talking about there, please watch it again, or if so, ask, and I'm gonna try to explain in a different way. Hole number 4 is a par 3, and we're going to play with a kingmaker to get power 3 and side spin 3 and wind resistance 3. Red ring slightly outside rough there to the left, with the ball guideline to be before the hole. It's not gonna be to the hole, just before the hole. 3 back, as I said. Now we need to make sure that the wind arrow is pointing slightly to 1201. So it's going to go from the center a little bit to the right to get the best pull angle that we do need. Then we're going to adjust for a medium distance with nothing extra. So no elevation is used here. The true elevation is 10%, but to suit the adjustment that we're playing with, we're going to not use any elevation and just use mid distance. And then you're gonna be either close or it's gonna get in the hole. Quarterback as a club, you can play with the rock, but as most of us do have a quarterback in a decent level, the rock, not so much, then we are choosing the quarterback. Let's go to hole number 5, and here we do get a very tough wind, which is going to be a headwind. And here I'm playing with an XMI level 9. Once again, you don't have to play with an XMI level 9. You can play with whatever driver you might like, besides quarterback and the rock, as it does not have the distance. 6 bars topspin and as much side spin to the right possible. And 6 bars topspin is the same as you have with an XMI level 8. 4.5 bar topspin will still be enough. But if you do that, then you're going to have to go with a little bit of overpower. But in the end, we do have a lot of room for error here with the drive, where we're going to play max distance with a 10% over adjustment. Get it down there on the fairway, and then we're gonna lay up and make sure that we do have a decent shot. I'm not even gonna say decent shot. We're gonna have a very tough shot getting the eagle. I'm trying to dial in the rough bump here, but the problem with the rough bump is that we do have a very strange effect when we do get this ball to bounce into the rough the first time. We do need to aim very close to the rough, to the line there with the rough and the fairway, and I do think in the end that we are a little bit too far away here. The rough and the snow is like rough, so we need to pay attention to that we're using the snow as rough, and I do think in the end that we are going to get this one dialed in. But as you're gonna notice now, we are definitely under adjusting this shot big time as it bounces into the rough. We get it to where we want to, but in the end we miss this one with several squares because we do massively under adjust our shot. No elevation for the second shot, but I would suggest that you play the second shot max distance numbers instead of playing it mid distance numbers as I did there. For hole number 6, we're going to start by playing with a 20% over adjustment. And now I'm going to play this one with 5 bars topspin. We don't want to use more as we do have a little bit of tailwind. Start at plus 11 yard mark if you do have an XMI level 8 or level 9. If you do have an XMI level 7 or below, you're going to start in maximum position. That's the same as you're going to play with the Thor's hammer. If you play with an Apoc, you do the same type of thing. You start approx at plus 11. Maximum distance with a 20% over adjustment. Half a ball of curl outside the adjustment ring to the right. Combined then, as I said before, with 5 topspin and as much side spin to the right possible. We do want the ball to bounce on the fairway and then roll here in the center, giving ourselves a nice approach here for the sniper. And this is not going to be easy, but it's not going to be hard either. Here we definitely having an opportunity. We're going to play without topspin, without backspin, and we do want to make sure that we are position ourselves correct with our sniper. I would say here, or let's say like this, we are going to miss to the right side here. So we do need to make sure to move our target a little bit more to the left. So we do have a slight different angle. No elevation for the second shot whatsoever. And just please make sure that you have the second bounce showing that you're clearly going to bounce over the rough. So you're not going to clip the rough on the other side and then you're going to be basically dead. So in the end, and as I said we missed on the right hand side, we missed on the left hand side, we need to move our target more to the right. So my apologies for that. So move your target more to the right, not to the left, and then you're gonna have a better angle and then you're gonna have a much better chance getting an albatross on hole number 6. Hole number 7 is interesting because here it's all about choosing the correct long iron, and for us it's going to be the Goliath. For those of you favoring the Grizzly or the Saturn or the Backbone, please choose the Goliath, because otherwise you will go in between clubs. We do need to aim very far down, as having a tailwind here we need to get a decent amount of backspin to get the ball to stop. 2.5 bar backspin, red ring by the rough line, and as much side spin to the right possible. Maximum distance plus 20%, we do need to over adjust this one. And hitting a perfect ball is going to take this ball to miss just slightly to the left. And in the end, if we do go and just move our target so we have half of the blue ring to the right, inside the rough to the right, then we're gonna be much closer. So make that little tweak and then you're gonna see yourself being much closer. Playing with a Wind 5 ball here is definitely possible. Then you will play with a sniper instead. But have in mind that you need to play with at least like a power 0 or even a power 1 ball as maximum, because otherwise you will going in between clubs due to the tailwind. Hole number 8, I was prepared with a berserker there, but showing that we're going to have a headwind, then it's time to go out with a kingmaker instead. Here I would like us to go over to the fairway to the right. The reason I want us to do so is because then we have a rough bump from distance, and we can also rely on yardage notes. So I would rather go then as the approach as I'm showing here now, than trying to go over to the left hand side. Maximum distance with a 15% over adjustment and using approx 4 bars backspin. I would say go down and play with 2.5 to 3 bars backspin instead. We do want to try to find a long iron in minimum distance or a short iron in maximum distance if we can choose. Second shot here, we are going to play most likely with a long iron, and we need to make sure here now that we play with a long iron that gives us a decent ball guideline. The Goliath here is actually the wrong club, as it's going to give us a bit of a glitchy ball guideline, only having 3.9. Grizzly would be perfect. We do have the B52, which also have a good ball guideline. We do have a good ball guideline as well when it comes to the Backbone as well. So in the end, find a line. We're going to play with approximately 1.5 bar topspin, ball guideline through the hole. And then we're gonna play the distance from where we are. So it's either gonna be medium distance, maximum distance with a 15% extra. And then we're gonna try to rough bump that baby in the hole. Going to be a shot that I do think we're gonna dial in the end. And I do go and value right hand side due to the yardage notes that we will be able to use to our advantage. Going on the left hand side, you can only use references when you're going to approach the pin, and I think that in the end, or at least in the long run, is going to be harder. Last but not least, we're going to play hole number 9. Here it is crucial to play with a driver that gives you as much topspin as possible combined with distance. X-Mile level 9 definitely fulfills that spot, and also you can play with the Thor's Hammer Apocalypse, and obviously those of you playing with an Apocalypse level 6+ or like 5+, I would say, is going to have an advantage here on this hole. Here I also feel that playing with a power 4 ball, Wind 3 ball is going to be not maybe a must, but it's going to give you a massive advantage there as well, because the further we can reach with a drive here, the easier the second shot is going to be. And if we do have like a very superior club as an Apocalypse level 7, Apocalypse level 8, or maybe a Thor's Hammer level 6 or level 7, we will be able to reach and play with our sniper. Now we can play with the sniper also, but the problem we do have now is that we do have to go with overpower. And every time we have to go with overpower, then obviously it's going to be super hard to get any consistency with that. 10% over adjustment with the drive. We go with max overpower with the drive as well. Second shot is going to be played from the distance depending on how far we reach with the drive, obviously. But I would prefer that if you're playing with a general extra mile or general Thor's Hammer and no superior clubs, even the extra mile level 9, play with a big dog or the Cataclysm and give yourself the distance so you're not going to have any problem for the second shot, because we need an eagle here. We cannot struggle and get a birdie. No elevation for the second shot as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this playthrough for Expert Division in the Holiday Hills tournament. The video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic, and I must say this is going to be an extremely tough tournament for Expert. This is one of the few times that I can actually honestly say that Expert has tougher wins and or tougher position wins than what we do have in Pro. It's often usually get to be other way around. We do have hole number 3, which we're going to have to make an eagle all day and every day. Otherwise there is no easy drops. I do consider hole number 1 with the par 3, hole number 4 the par 3, and hole number 7 the par 3, all 3 of them as decent opportunities for extra drops. I want to add hole 8 there as well, with a rough bump as it is with a short iron or with a long iron, and I do believe that's going to be able to drop for us as well. The par 5s is going to be tough. It's going to be really tough, combined with hole number 5, also going to be very tough to get any drops there. Gonna be interesting though. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What do you think will be the winning score in Expert? Check out patreon.com/golfclashtommy to get the December special, the updated text guide for a major discount. And good luck in the Holiday Hills tournament.